Hey guys, Ecotopia-OZ, I'm Rob, your friendly quasi, Kiwi Aussie. We're here today because we received the flow hive. Let's have a look and get into it. Got out the flow hive here. My wife Anna got a little bit jumpy, so she's already unpacked the smoker, but we've got the smoker which came in one of the packs. Looks like in this one we've actually got the flow frames, or the frames themselves. I would say over here we've got our actual box, which what we'll end up doing is pulling it out today, putting it together, but then we'll probably have another video where we go about painting. I'm going to throw a couple of pictures of what I'm thinking and some ideas of what I'm thinking up on the channels. Love to get your guys' thoughts on that, but that's the actual flow hive itself. And then we've got the sexy bee suit. Yeah. That there we'll whip out later as well. Might even throw it on, see how sexy I look in it. Alright. So firstly we'll come over here and see what's in box number one. It's all new, it's like Christmas time. Gotta love it. Alright. So we actually went with the 6-frame kit. Which in box one we got our little kit with all your little hexagons. As far as I know from this kit, what happens is once it's all in there, they'll come along, fill this all up with their honey and all their little bits and pieces. Still getting used to all of this stuff, so we'll actually be learning together with this. But the great thing about this is it starts with little hexagons here, all right? And then when you go to actually take the honey out, there's a little key that goes in. Once again, we'll be learning this together. Turn that key and that actually splits the hexagons so the honey can flow out without disturbing the bees itself, which my wife Anna and I, we actually love that idea. One, because it's less work, and who really likes work? And two, it doesn't disrupt anything, and we're trying to go as sustainable and as nature friendly as we can. So that's another reason we like it. So we went, like I said, we went with this the 6-frame kit, and looks like in the box we've got the actual frame itself. We got the little tube. So when the honey comes down, she comes out and pours out here into whatever container we decide to use, and another little clippy thing. Yeah, I don't know. All right, so instead of boring you and going through all 6 of these boxes, there's 6 boxes in here, 6 frames, all the same. We have got one other little box in here, little surprise, but I'll open this one up with you. All right, so this is the little key that I was telling you about, which has got sticky tape all over it, but we'll get to that later. So that key goes in, as far as I know, once again, I'm new to this, goes in, you twist that around, which then moves those little hexagons so that the honey goes down. All right, so that's what's in box one so far. All right, we'll move on to box 2 and then we'll go from there. All right, box 2, no idea. It's like a lucky dip. Remember those at school? Yeah, lucky dip. We haven't got any music going today, but if it was, we could be like musical chairs. All right, let's open this fella up. All right, so in here, looks like we've got the actual frame itself. from what I saw online with actually looking at the Flow Hive YouTube page. There's a bottom box, which is like a brood box, which as far as I know is where they do their business, and the queen gets busy and starts laying eggs, etc, etc. Then you've got a mat that goes in between, which separates the brood box from the honey box, and then they do all this other stuff. But look, check out the guys at Flow Hive on YouTube. Obviously they'll be able to tell you a lot more about that, but we've got a few little bits and pieces in here which we'll end up putting together and painting once I've pulled everything out and actually figured out what's going on. So we've got one there, then we've actually got which looks like the sides and everything of the Flow Hive. Apparently it says please read. So it might be a good idea to actually read what that says when we go to put it together. But what I'll do is I'll pull everything out, have it out, and then we'll start putting it together. Some more bits and bobs, more pieces of wood. We'll have a look at this one in a sec. And then what looks like some doors and stuff, which obviously we'll get to see what they look like shortly. Some more. Oh yeah, some doors and everything for the front and back or sides, I'm not sure. We're all learning this together. And just like IKEA, we got a whole heap of screws. So looking forward to that. I love heaps of screws and putting stuff together. So we've got that. Then over here, just some more cool wooden pieces. Bit of flow. So yeah, obviously we'll have to figure out where all this goes and how it goes and all the rest of it, but looks like all the little bits and bobs for that. That must be, I'm picking the frame for the bottom, but look, we'll see and we'll go from there. And some more IKEA screws. So let's just have a quick squiz in here. Okay, that's just some, we got the smoker directions, which was in there. I haven't actually seen any instructions on how to put it together as of yet, but that should be interesting. Have a look at the bee suit, eh? Alright guys, in here we got the bee suit. Pretty sure I'm going to look super sexy in it. So, unpack that. Ooh, does look very sexy. There's a few things. I won't put it on right now. We might put it on later once we've put everything else together. But I am pretty sure we are gonna look sexy AF. Once again, go and check out these guys, Flow Hive, if you're interested in the Flow Hive kit. Cool. All right, I'm gonna separate some of this stuff. I'm not gonna take you through the whole build process. We'll separate the stuff, put something together, show you what it looks like, and then hopefully at the end of the day we'll have a nice Flow Hive for you. Sexy suit. Hey guys, we've unpacked it all today. So as you can see here, we've got everything laid out. Finally found the instructions, which will really help. We've got the brood box, got the honey super, we got the brood panels, we've got the roof with all the shingles and everything. We've got the pest management system and the bottom of the Flow Hive, the queen excluder, and your top board. So we'll be working from the bottom up and go from there. All right guys, let's get into it. All right guys, what we're gonna do is we're gonna start with the brood box over here. Gonna whack that together. I'm gonna speed it all up because no one wants to watch me bloody just keep going for hours building stuff. I doubt it's gonna take hours though. So stay tuned and let's start building. Alright guys, so that's our brew box made up, as you can see here. Pretty simple. I actually had a look on YouTube beforehand and I read the instructions, so that's why you didn't see me opening that up. So yeah, that's our brew box. Just like IKEA, we've got a couple of screws left over. So we'll start putting it together. Alright guys, we've got the bottom screed board here with pest management system. That's the base of our flow hive. On top of that, we've then got the brew box, as you can see here. And now what we're going to do is we're going to move on to the next bit on top of that, which is the honey super. Alright, stay tuned. Alright guys, we're moving on to the flow super frame now. We'll start putting that together and go from there. Stay tuned guys. Alright, that's our super all built. Alright, we've got the flow super all set up. That'll be ready to go on top of there once we've got the brood frames made up, which is our next port of call. But as you can see, this is pretty cool. Got a little observation hatch here, which allows you to observe your bees and your honey and all that sort of stuff. Then we've got a couple of little bits here you can take off
see inside, see what's happening. We'll get a bit more into that stuff a little bit later on, or once we've got it set up with bees in it, but let's get into the brood frames. Alright guys, getting on to the brood frames here. I'm just going to put together one on camera, speed her up because no one wants to see how long it takes, and we'll show you that once it's done, and then once we've done all 8 of them, we'll look at putting it together in the actual brood box itself. Alright. Right, there's one of your brood frames all done up, ready to go in. I'll show you how it all goes into the brood box just in a sec. Stay tuned. Right guys, we've got all the brood frames made up now. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, there's 8 of them all up. Basically, this is where the queen lays all her eggs and does her business and everything like that. So pop that in there. I've put the other 7 in. Okay. Then what will happen is you have the queen excluder. So this will stop the queen going up into the super flow part. So that'll go on there. Then we'd have the super flow, or the honey, where all the honey gets produced. That's why we've got all the inspection hatches and everything like that, so we can open them up, see if everything's full, go from there. Then we've got the top separator here, that'll whack on there. And then what we'll do is we'll go and have a look at setting up the roof now, get that all built, then probably take our little flow thingies out of their boxes, put them in and put it all together so you can see what it's all like. Hey guys, we've got the roof all set out here, ready to go, ready to put together, so we'll get into that, eh? Just like that, we have a roof. Right, we've got our little honey traps, I'll call them. I've put in a few already at the top here, and where you can access through this hatch here is where the key goes, which is the L-shaped key we've got down there. And then down the bottom here, you take out that little plug, pop in your little spout,
and then from this bottom hatch here, which pops out, you can then extract all your honey, which is pretty cool. We're a little way off doing that yet, but we will get there. So that goes down into there. Nice and snug, nice snug fit. We have the other little bitsy bobby that we were talking about before. Goes on top. And then our roof. There it goes. Alright, so that's pretty much our flow hive all done up. Honey, we can get to our honey there. Our key goes in there to allow those things to move, let the honey flow, and we can have a look in through the side and we'll be able to see where the bees and stuff are there. And we'll get to that down the track. For now, that's it for this video. What we're going to look at next for the flow hive is looking at painting it up. I'm going to put a little survey up on Instagram and Facebook. See how we go with some paint schemes and what you guys think. That post will probably be out before this, so apologies if we've started painting before then, but yeah, stay tuned guys.